Howdy folks, my name's Darren from RC Scale Models, and today we have another kit. This one's from Dragon. This is their Tiger, and this is specially on Michael Wittmann's last Tiger before he met his fate and he was killed. There's a big discussion of how and the reason of him being killed and who actually killed him, but we're not going to go into that. That's a complete another story. But this is on his Tiger, the last version. Bonus, you get a Michael Wittmann figure within the kit. Zimmerit, what I mean by that is the plastic has got moulded Zimmerit already built in, so if you are one of those people that have never built Zimmerit and you struggle with it, or you think it's going to be hard to do, because it can be a daunting task because you're going to have to use paste and putties, and there's ways of doing it with screwdrivers. I've seen people do it that way. You've got special tools. There's a number of ways of doing it, but this is moulded in the plastic, so it's a easy way of doing it straight out the box, which is a good. It's 2-in-1, so you could do two types of Tiger. You can do a straight up Tiger without the Zimmerit, a normal Tiger. You don't have to do Michael Wittmann. There is other versions, but this kit's based on his version, which is 007. So let's get into it. It is 1/35 scale. You notice on this side of the box there's some of the markings. You do get cardograph decals, which is a bonus in my opinion. Marking options. Kit number is 6800 or 6800. We have some of the options, which is meaning normal Tigers, and you've got Michael Wittmann's because his is a command variant, so you've got aerials and different types. On the back we have all the detail parts, muzzle brake, machine gun, types of turret with the Zimmerit, different hatches, lights, the hull parts, torsion bar suspension. There is no interior, but you do get the bars. You got rubber tracks, but they are the DS tracks. Some people like them, some people don't. I don't really like rubber tracks no matter who makes them. I prefer plastic or metal. Detail parts for the hull, different wheels assemblies. We've got grills, a little bit of not engine, but we've got fans at the back detail, commander's hatches and stuff. So there's a lot of variants in this kit. There's going to be a lot of parts that you may not need. Dragon is another company that don't make their kits very easy. They are a lot of parts, high quality mold kits. I wouldn't recommend this for a beginner, but let's get into it. So here's a sturdy box from Dragon. I do like their boxes, they're quite sturdy. Loaded with plastic. We have upper hull, turret, lower hull, and then just loaded with parts. Different types of turret. Here are the Zimmerit parts. We do get some tracks, but they're for the side of the hull, they're not actually tracks. Feather etch and decals. There's the part of the aerial system. Not sure what these parts are for. Here's your Wittmann figure as the bonus. The DS tracks and your worksheet. Okay folks, these are instructions. Typical Dragon instructions. It's a pull-out page. Your first step here is all your sprue maps. Good way of checking everything, make sure that everything's there. Parts in blue are not needed, so there's a lot of spares. At the top, all the colours needed. You've got your basic callouts, and then they are called out from Mr. Hobby Colours on the side, but you will need what it says. Do references as well, and do what paints you need. Up the top is all your symbols, ×2, cut, not glue, transfers, weight if need be, drill holes, etc. Pretty standard stuff. Your first step is the lower hull, and you've got structural parts on the front for the assembly of the suspension arms, which is all along here. Road wheels, torsion bar. You can be quite busy, they're instructions. Next step is road wheels, drive sprocket as standard. I believe these are metal wheels on this one. Next step is more road wheels because it's layered, pretty standard for a Tiger, how it was done. The rear engine cover, rear of the tank, exhaust system and all that going in. You find the exhaust system is made of like nearly 7 or 8 parts, which is not unusual for Dragon to be really complex like this. Exhaust shields, we've got lumps and bumps going on. This is a winch, not winch, the jack. Turning attention to the inside, we have these corner pieces is part of the radiator system. There is no engine, but you do get the radiator system, which is here. Front of the tank as well, they're asking not to glue your towing eyes in. Step 7. Step 8 is the front glacier machine gun. Again, machine gun is made of 4 parts. Most manufacturers just mould it as one, but like I say, Dragon are not normal. They make theirs difficult and complex. Vision ports, different options here, so pay attention. You've got Wittmann's version and normal Tiger. Obviously his command variant, so there's going to be difference to a normal Tiger. Hatches, tow cables, all the lumps and bumps, so just be careful. This section here is for Michael Wittmann, drilling out some holes. It's probably for aerials. Lights, hatches open and closed, the engine deck covers, tools. I'd like to do my tools at the end. This side is for Michael Wittmann, which we'll get into. We are on number 11. Photo etch grills, which is here. Option again, Wittmann's Tiger is slightly different to a normal Tiger. Front glacier as standard, that's for all variants. Optional as well if you want spare tracks on the lower glacier. Not uncommon for tanks to do that, they would use that for extra armour. The main gun itself, you've got the muzzle brake, the gun and the breech. This is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 parts for the main gun. I believe some parts are slow moulded, we'd have to check that. But again, Wittmann Tiger, he's got a different muzzle brake. Catch basket for inside the turret, which is down here. Turret, different seats going in. Top of the vehicle, this is with Zimmerit and without, because Wittmann has the Zimmerit and normal Tigers, so again it's different variants, different hatches, commander's vision ports, more hatches and different parts on the Tiger, so really pay attention and be careful because it is very easy to make a mistake with Dragon and put the wrong parts on, so you might want to use a highlighter and mark the one you're doing. The top of the roof going in, the gun, the turret basket, spare tracks if you want to do it that way, which is here. There's 7 per side, again it's optional. Wittmann's has the tracks, which is here. His turret, aerials, machine guns, and the normal Tiger doesn't have the aerials. The Wittmann figure, which is a bonus for its colour callouts. And then we do have the colour callouts, they're in a weird blue colour. So you've got Michael Wittmann's Tiger 007, this Tiger's from Normandy 112. I think some of these are within Michael Wittmann's I think some of these are in his armoured division. I think this one is. So it's Panzer 101, Panzer 101, 101, 101, 101, 101. I think all of these tanks are in the same kind of division like thing. But again, this is 112, this is 212, this is 205, 222 and 204. These variants here are the standard tri-camouflage, which is the green, brown and yellow. This is again the same colours but slightly different pattern. This is a slightly different pattern, and Wittmann's is quite busy as well, but they're all the German colours. So there you go, there's instructions, quite complex. So we will start with the first part I will live in the bag, which is the lower hull. Bathtub hull is already moulded. Dragon does have good detail, but like I mentioned before, there's just a lot of parts and it can be a complex build, and I just wouldn't recommend this for a beginner at all. Nicely done. I don't know how accurate these are, but I'm not a person to get into that. It doesn't bother me as long as it looks like a tiger. All that matters to me. This is the turret with the Zimmerit, and this is what you can expect. Trying to do Zimmerit can be quite tricky. It's nice it's already moulded in. There's a number of ways of doing it, with putties and pastes, screwdriver being heated up. I've seen people do it that way. Those are different options. Rubber tracks, these are DS tracks. I don't like rubber tracks, doesn't matter who makes them. I do prefer plastic or metal. I will probably swap these out for metal, but I do have plastic as well, so I don't know what option I might do yet. But they are being replaced. Where I have it here, we do have the photo etch and decals. I'll show you those quickly. They are cardograph, so hopefully there should be no problems. I've never had any problems with cardograph decals. They are really good. So we have one in this bag. There's a photo etch grill. I'm not sure what these parts are. More structural parts, and these circle parts I believe are for the radiator system. I have two decal sheets. More grills. There is two sets of grills in this one. And we do have some kind of little pin. I think that's for the machine gun. Here is the decals. I get two sheets. I don't know why. It is nice though, just in case I screw it up, or if I wish to do other variants, which is nice. So here is one piece. This is part of the aerial system. I think this is maybe a kind of jig. I'm not 100% sure. We have two parts in this bag. Actually, there's more than two. So here is the MG machine gun, moulded in 4 parts, nicely moulded. Here is the bonus, which is your Michael Wittmann figure. Nicely moulded in plastic. Here we have some of the fenders and detail parts. Here we have a top of the tank. I'm not 100% sure which parts are not needed. Obviously I'm going to have to go through the instructions and then you can see, but me showing you the parts I can't remember what's needed and what's not. So we have nice detail though, and this is what I'm saying with Dragon. It is nicely done and nicely detailed, but just super busy and a lot of parts. Here is another aerial, nicely moulded. You can do this in photo etch. There is photo etch out there, but it's not in the kit, it's done in plastic. Here is some grills, road wheels, glass sprockets. Not sure what else is in here. Looks like the top of the tank as well. Take that piece off. So we have this sprue here. This is for the turret basket. Nicely done. Slide moulded to a degree. Side skirts, drive sprockets. Nicely done. We have all small detail parts at the bottom. These are exhaust shields, I think these might be. Here is engine deck covers, some tools, and the actual top of the tank itself. This one looks like a glacier front plate of some sort. So we have this sprue, fenders, front glacier, driver's hatch, not driver's hatch, but the engine deck cover, more hatches, tow cables. Here is the side fenders, tow cables, front glacier, air filters by the looks of things, some more tools, the jack block, part of the engine deck. Tow cables are moulded in plastic. Nicely done. We have more drive sprockets in here by lots of things and some wheels. So we have this funny sprue. You find a lot of this stuff is taken from multiple different kits and it's just like all put together, but they do work very well for the kit. Different. Here is the radiator system or coolant parts. So here's fuel tanks and detail parts and lights, radiators. And this is part of the radiator and cooling, fans and stuff, more hatches, grab handles, a lot of fragile parts as well, so should be super careful. On this one we have some more wheels, transmission parts, drive sprockets, detail parts. These are slide moulded. We have the return rollers, the towing eyes I call them. This bag is full of road wheels and it has more drive sprockets because again there's different variants of Tiger. So we have two of these are road wheels. These look like the steel wheel version. Inners and outers. More return rollers, drive sprockets, slightly different variant to the ones we looked at earlier. Some more fenders. These ones here look like the outer road wheels. Gun manlet. The main gun is slide moulded to a degree, so it makes it nice and done. Muzzle brake is one of them. There is different variants we did see. This is part of the breech. Here's the catch basket for the shells. Here's part of the breech. Another part of the barrel, which is not slide moulded, but it's just moulded as one piece. Vision ports. Toe. This is the jack. We have 4 of these, which are tracks, but they're for extra tracks, for extra armament or spare tracks in general. They're not actually the tracks for the tank. Torsion bars, and then you've got the parts for the tracks. More Zimmerit parts now. This is mainly for the Zimmerit version, be Wittmann's Tiger, so you'd be using all of these parts if you're doing Wittmann's version. Strangely, I have 2 of these and I don't know why. And they're both D, 1/35 scale. Everything looks the same, and I can't see any difference. Here's the rear deck of the tank, all the Zimmerit moulded in. A glacier part, gun manlet with Zimmerit, front glacier with Zimmerit, side skirts with Zimmerit. Trying to do this can, like I mentioned before, can be tricky for some people. It's not unachievable, it can be done, but it is nice it's moulded in within the kit. So I've never done Zimmerit, so me doing this one straight out of the box will be a win-win. It makes it easier for me. Tigers are quite tricky. I wouldn't want to do Zimmerit on the Tiger straight away. There's a couple of tanks that Germans have done which are a little bit easier. Panthers are probably an easy one to do, maybe. This is a jig of some sort. Gun mantlets. More detailed parts. These are more engine decks, not engine decks, but the rear of the tank, but you won't be needing these because these are not Zimmerit. But this is a front glacier with Zimmerit. Two types of top of the tank again, different variants. You can see it hasn't got this piece at the back. This one's got bolts. This one's got a piece here and this one hasn't. This one has got this piece here and hasn't. Different gun mantlets, with and without machine guns, hatches. So there you are, my friends. There's another kit from Dragon. It's a 1/35 scale Tiger, Michael Wittmann's Last Tiger, 007. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.